Obviously, Cleveland has to win a game there. That's just all there is to it. And so, is it going to be 5 or 7? Which one are they going to win? And obviously, you talk about calls and things of this nature that happen for the home teams with some, homerized milquetoast calls. You get that when you play at home. You get those calls, and the problem is getting those calls late in the game, in the 5 minutes left in the fourth of Game 7. That can be a real problem when you're giving the home team all those trips to the line in the last 5 minutes of a game. So that's to be reckoned with yet still, that they're going to play 3 more. I think they're playing 3 more. I don't think Cleveland's losing in Cleveland. They're 7-1 there in the playoffs. And I thought they did the same thing to Boston that Boston did to them in Boston. And so this is a back and forth thing. And I think that Cleveland has to win a game in Boston. That's what it boils down to. And I don't think Boston's winning a game in Cleveland. So it's got to be LeBron James, and he's got to pull off a miracle in Boston, and that's all there is to it. And it did not look like in any capacity that he could achieve that. In Game 2, he had a great game, right? He had the big triple-double, whatever, and they still lost. They still got spanked, right? So, and he looked great tonight. I thought games, all the games, 2, 3, and 4, he played really well, and tonight he had a huge night. But the second game, he had a triple-double, and they lost, right? So, look what it takes for him to win a game in Boston. It's like this overwhelming task, this mountain he's got to climb. So it really does boil down to him, if you ask me. Everybody keeps talking about, I understand that he's got to get these other guys involved, which he did that in Cleveland. But let's just remember, in Boston, the rest of the team, besides LeBron James, they were terrible. In Boston, the rest of the team was terrible. LeBron wasn't, they were. So I have a problem believing that the rest of them can do anything in Boston in Game 5 or 7. I think the rest of them played like a bunch of hacks on the road in this series. And in Indiana, too. The only time they look good in the playoffs so far, to me, at all, was against Toronto, right? Because they're the proverbial spring flop every year. And you know it. So here they are playing, I think, fair to Midland in this series. And I expected them to win both games in Cleveland, and I bet on them to win both games in Cleveland. I hit both of those bets. So they have to, it's got to be him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the rest of those hacks can't do it. They just can't do it. He's got to get his rocks off, and he's got to have at least 45 points for them to win that game. And, another triple-double, and he's got to get at least one more clown to chip in. Whether it's Korver or Love, someone's got to put up a big game, like 20+. Because the rest of them didn't do jack in Boston, and it made them look really beatable. Cleveland looked real beatable on the road. They just don't look good at all on the road.